Welcome to a new segment. On this shorter, and much easier to write, we recommend manga without spoiling the whole thing to you. And we'll try to keep our focus on mangas you can actually buy. So this can also be thought of as sort of a buyer's guide.
Not that all the mangas we'll talk about will be worth your money.
We're gonna call this segment Eagle and Manga Recommends, or EMR for short.
That's the initials of your regular show!
Shut it! Today's manga is about a tentacle demon who destroys most of the moon, plans to destroy the Earth, and decides to become a teacher of a 9th grade class. In spite of how that sounds, Assassination Classroom is not a Bible Black spin-off. It is one of the most singularly creative shonen mangas to come out since, well, the mangaka's last piece. Rather than devolving into some lame violin-themed tentacle hentai, this manga is about everyone in the frigging world trying to kill Koro-sensei before he destroys the planet in 1 year's time. The setup for this tale is understandably convoluted, and it does take a little while to get going, but once it does get going, it's totally worth the time. Kuro-sensei came from some unidentified science experiment, but instead of becoming a superhero, he becomes a planet-destroying tentacle monster. Thank you, Japan. He's obscenely strong, has a top speed of Mach 20, and his tentacles grant him various superpowers and abilities. He's also completely immune to conventional weapons. That doesn't mean that he's unkillable. His chemical makeup is known, so the government provides all would-be assassins with special airsoft guns that fire chemically designed BBs and knives made of the same material that make his tentacles explode, even though they're harmless to humans. Which allows us to have this awesome visual of an entire class pulling assault rifles on their teacher. Yes, Kuro-sensei's request to teach a class was granted by the world leaders because, in spite of how insane that is, it at least means they know where he is for parts of the day. Had they not allowed this, he would have just flown into space, taken up knitting, come back a year later, and blown up the planet. Instead, he is the well-loved teacher of the Assassination Classroom. No, that wasn't a typo. Kuro-sensei is beloved by all the students who are constantly trying to kill him. He is probably the most psychotically devoted teacher you could ever imagine. He puts the likes of Mr. Holland and Michelle Pfeiffer to shame. He personalizes each test and homework assignment for every single student. The whole manga has to swap back and forth between the Destroy the Monster storyline and the Fighting Against the Corrupt School System storyline, often within the same storyline. The gym teacher is their government liaison, and the language teacher is a sexy female assassin who teaches the students how to seduce people in English. And when they go in for their important tests, the tests are visualized as them fighting giant science and math and English monsters with weapons made of their knowledge. The story takes a while to get going, and there are a lot of characters that need introducing, but once this gets going, it is amazing! And it is very entertaining to watch these students try their damnedest to kill their hedonistic, hilarious, world-destroying tentacle demon teacher, while he smugly avoids all their attacks, while giving them life lessons in the middle of his own assassination attempts. Assassination Classroom is a truly original concept, well executed, and it is just goddamn hilarious. I hope this takes off like a firestorm because it definitely deserves it. Must read!